one. Hello, Taiko people. Welcome to another kaDON live stream. This live stream, I'm super excited about. We have a very special guest and some very fun announcements. And I think we maybe are all in the need for some fun announcements these days. I don't know about all of you out there, but I am really starting to go crazy. It's like, what, week 7 or something of this whole lockdown? And so this next guest and our next announcement couldn't come at a better time for at least me. So the special announcement is that we will be dropping Kaoly Asano from GOCOO. We're going to be dropping her course this coming Monday. And for those of you that know who Kaoly is, I'm sure you're already as excited as I am. For those of you, but I know our audience is quite big, so I know there's some of you who are not familiar with her. So I'm going to give her a quick introduction, and then we're going to invite her in here along with Diana and Aya, and we have a Zoom call going on right now. So we'll be able to have a discussion. It'll be your chance to sort of ask some questions from Kaoly, and just kind of get a sense of who she is as an artist. So, who is Kaoly Asano and why should you care? She is one of the most influential taiko artists, I think. And what Kaoly has done that nobody else has done really in the taiko world, or she was one of the first people to really do this, was really kind of take taiko and really come up with a brand new style. And sometimes it's called groove taiko, and sometimes it's called like tribal taiko. And we'll put some links and we'll share some links so you guys can check out her group GOCOO. She was the founder and lead drummer there. And GOCOO, they have this like really amazing energy and just really crazy and beautiful style, and it's very free and very open, but it is very connected to taiko and what makes taiko special. And in that way, she is one of the artists who has really been able to do that, really been able to take the essence of what taiko is, but translate it and do something that feels very needed now in this moment. And in doing so, I think she really has opened up a lot of different artistic possibilities for the art form. Some of their highlights is, I think we're going to talk a little bit about this in our discussion, but GOCOO was featured in the Matrix series. So all of you kids out there that don't know the Matrix, I was watching this YouTube video and people were like talking about how the Matrix is so old, but it's really awesome. And not only through sort of things like the Matrix, but also in the different kinds of music festivals that GOCOO has performed at, they've really broadened the audience of the art form, and have really taken taiko to a whole new audience and whole new demographic, and people that are into electronic music and raves and that kind of thing. They have played all kinds of different music festivals all around the world, from like kind of traditional Japanese like taiko things to electronic music to jazz series and everything in between. So that is what makes Kaoly awesome. And there's a lot more as well. But we are going to, there's no reason for me just to talk about her this whole time, because we have her right here in the background. So I'm going to hit this little trailer. We're going to do a little trailer of Wano Ichi, which is our course that will be dropping on Monday. And then we will invite Kaoly and Diana and Aya here, and we'll have a discussion. Okay, here we go. Yay!
Woo!
Yay! So welcome. We have Kaoly, we have
Hello.
Diana, and we have Aya here, just in
Yay!
case you get confused
Just in
and
Yeah,
case.
need
just
a little translation. um, but Kaoly, thank you so much for joining us. It
yeah.
really means a lot to us. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So to get the conversation started,
Mm.
um, can I ask, like, how did you how did you first get started with taiko? You've told me this story. It's a really amazing story, but I'd like you to share that with everybody out there. So, how did
Mm.
you first come to taiko?
Um, about 30 years ago, one day, uh, one guy called me, Kaori, please come uh, today to play taiko with me. Uh, but at that time, uh, I didn't have any interest in Japanese taiko, and also uh, I I almost hate to play instrument by myself. so
What?
so uh, that I really want to say no, but at that time I couldn't say no. So I uh, okay, I will go. and then uh, I went to the practice with him, and but only three people, uh, the, uh, my friend and the teacher and me and two more friends, only
Uh-huh.
three people. so I couldn't 隠れるとね hide.
Mm-hmm.
So he asked us, uh, please come and one by one pray now here. And my friend went pray, and second, uh, my friend prayed, and okay, Kaori, come and pray, try to pray taiko. And I really, uh, but uh, I take bachi, and I stood in front of taiko, and uh, but uh, at that time, at that moment, uh, oh, I I know this place. Uh,
Mm.
I thought I felt uh, that I hold bachi and the here taiko, and uh, I really know that feeling. Uh,
Mm.
but of course, that was the first time for me to play taiko. But I remember, uh, oh, I know this place, and okay, let's go. uh, I could play taiko. I don't know why, but that was the uh, my first contact with taiko, and at that moment, okay, I will play taiko whole my life. Yeah, and about 30 years
Wow.
now. So in these days, this 2 months,
Mm-hmm.
uh, maybe YouTube, but also I cannot play taiko anymore because everything stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
そう、
Just
この30年で初めてこんなに太鼓を打ってないのは
first
急に
time
読みし
ever
ま
in her 30 years career that she hasn't
Wow.
played taiko this long.
Yeah.
Oh no.
いやー
Do you have any taiko at home, or or your neighbors
only,
are?
only Tamba Daiko.
Oh, the timber taiko. What the hell? Oh,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
Mm.
Kaoly, can I just say very different topic, but I really
Mm.
like your hair today. I've
It's
never
so
seen
different.
yeah. Usually it's always like whoosh,
Yes.
and today it's I like it.
Yeah. This is the stay home version, eh? Kaori. Stay home.
That's awesome.
And candies inside of my here.
Oh, really?
You have candy in your hair? That just makes
So-
it even more awesome.
I know.
My goodness. Oh my gosh.
um,
Well, it's really exciting to have you here, Kaoly, because I know for a lot of for kaDON, having met you for me meeting you for the first time a year ago, and then to see your style of taiko, how it's just so free. Like why that? I mean, I love it, but I would love to know why. How did you develop this GOCOO style of taiko?
Yeah. At the first day I played taiko, the inside of me come out that style came from inside of me. That style come out and because なんだろう、I was a very なんだっけ、とっても体が弱い子供だった。
Kind of weak, sick, weak child.
Weak child. So before I played taiko, I never tried to training or some sport. So まあ今もそうだけど、I don't have enough muscle. But at that time, I was the acupuncture doctor.
Oh.
Because always I feel sick at my childhood. So I want to try なんていうんだろう something for the people health. So I became the acupuncture doctor, and then acupuncture we use tsubo and point on our body, and also we use meridian. It's keiraku, name keiraku, and meridian the line whole body we have the keiraku meridian. Can you understand? So then my teacher of acupuncture he taught me the keiraku meridian is also the line for our movement. And when we move, we use the meridian like this, not just here, but use your meridian and use your whole body when you move, because he's the acupuncture doctor and also he's the dancer of Buto. So he taught me feel your meridian when you move. But at that time, but when I start to play taiko, this is the move by meridian. So it's when I move using my meridian, not so, なんていうんだろう、need the power and muscle, but shoo, shoo, like this. Mm. So that was the way for me to play taiko without too much power, too much muscle.
Yeah. I think that's one of the most striking aspects of like when I watch you play is like your sound is like so full and so powerful, but and it does it's like and you can tell it's not from like a muscly way, you know, it's not like a harsh sound. It's like this really warm, open tone, and it's has a lot of power, and I mean, I think that and like your sense of feeling when you play, like your groove, those are like the two things that are just out of this world. Whenever I get to play with you or watch you play, that's just yeah, that's something I always notice. And yeah, I'm really excited to have other people who don't know this, like
right?
you know, get a little insight into this. Yeah, and I should God, there were so many things I was starting to think of when as you were explaining that. But one thing is that I did want to mention is we actually, so last February, or I mean, just a couple months ago, which now seems like forever ago, but Kaoly and Diana were both involved in the HERbeat concert in Minneapolis. And right after that, we brought Kaoly to San Diego and we shot 2 courses with her. One is the Wano Ichi course, which is dropping on Monday. But we are also shot another course that we're really, really excited about. But it's basically, we're calling it Kaoly's Philosophy. And it meant to go kind of deep into her like philosophy, because you can kind of tell as she's explaining this. So there's a lot to everything that she's saying. And yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to like make sure everybody out there knows about the second course that will be coming soon. But I don't want to get us too far off topic, so sorry.
But I was going to say, when you said that you used to be an acupuncturist, I really like those stories. And I'm sure there's some taiko
totally
players out there that totally, it makes sense. But I also love hearing what people were, if they weren't taiko players before, that they had this other career. So that for me is very, inspiring to hear, because knowing that you had a whole nother career before and now you're this amazing taiko star, I'm just like, ooh, there's hope yet. So thank you, Kaoly. Yeah.
But now after I started taiko, I really helpful, 元気 and became healthy. Now I'm really healthy and so powerful. And because I was very weak child, but and I was still weak when I started taiko, but physically, I'm so weak, but my life energy is not weak. So everyone have the very strong and very deep and very big have life energy here, tandem. So to play taiko is to use our real life energy from tandem. So if you are weak or strong and physically, but when we play taiko, everyone can use our life energy. So I play taiko, and also maybe my physical get better and get strong, I think.
So this is a really good transition, because so as most of us know, next week we're about to debut Kaoly's very first kaDON course, Wano Ichi.
Yay.
So I've been, checking through the footage, getting it all ready. And I know in the course, you talk a lot about, using your tanden and teaching us how to use that energy. But that being said, let's talk about Wanoichi. Yeah?
Okay.
Tell me more about Wanoichi and what's the background about this piece?
Yes.
Ta-da! Hold on, let me get a snack first because this is like a noisy. I'm ready. Okay.
Wanoichi snack. Okay.
Wanoichi snack. Yes.
The day before.
No one else eating. I'm like, this is snack time.
No, I have my coffee here.
Okay.
Okay. I'll drink.
Okay, kanpai and then.
Yeah.
Okay.
The day before yesterday, the Diana asked me, when did you make this Wanoichi? And but I couldn't answer because I forget when I composed this piece. Because maybe 15 about 15 or 20 years ago, I composed this piece. So I don't remember exactly, but 3 years ago, I went to a European Taiko conference, and I could meet Shoji at that time. So, and I shared the Wanoichi at that time, and I think also I shared this piece at my dojo this 10 or 15 years, and I realized again this piece is very good for share to everyone because this piece usually my piece I composed the piece kyoku part and rhythm part, and kyoku part is like a vocal part, and rhythm part is like a band. But this piece Wanoichi has two parts. Some phrase part and moon phrase part, and two phrase is very similar but the opposite, and these two part connect and play. So I feel this piece is very good to share to everyone, and so this time for my first course of kaDON, I select this piece Wanoichi. Yeah.
That's great.
So in Wanoichi, guys, sun phrase and moon phrase, how they play together. Where is that inspiration from?
Yeah. Do you know the GOCOO's piece is used in the movie Matrix? Do you know?
I know now, and I am so excited. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I love that scene. The
Neo.
So.
I'm a nerd. Sorry. No, you tell the story.
Neo and one the master of martial art. Two guys meet at tea house and then start to fight. That is sparring. And I love that scene because their movement and our taiko sound very good, connect. and very good feeling. So,
Yeah.
and also my image of Ichi is similar with that scene because
Mm-hmm.
they the two Nello and one master martial art, they are also very uh, good master of martial art. So they fight, but they don't uh, want to kill each other or just fight, but uh, they uh, fight because they know each other. Uh, so they start to uh, sparring. So uh, they concentrate each other and they, uh, they do the best each other and respect each other and love each other uh, and always they don't just um, think uh, myself, not always uh, feel and think each other, then they can continue to sparring. Uh, to play taiko is, I think, like this. Um, when we play taiko, just I play this and don't feel and don't hear uh, the partner or the members. Uh, the sound never connect. But always do my best and always concentrate everyone and to feel and love each other, then the sound connect. Mm. So the Ichi sun phrase and moon phrase is uh, very similar but
Yeah.
opposite. Ne? So just then the sound is very good vibration and good groove, but sometimes or not concentration.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very good uh, practice, a
Yeah.
very good notice for everyone, the taiko players. I feel. Mm.
And no wonder Shoji likes this piece so much because you're always talking about the lines that fit together like this.
Yeah. I mean, I
So
think
yeah.
that's like I love that analogy of, like sparring, not to try to not to
Win or lose.
win, but to more
Yes,
deeply
yes.
understand each other. And I definitely feel like I've definitely had those kinds of moments in music, like in art, like and through taiko. I feel like um you can you can understand a lot about somebody when you play together, and you don't even know, you don't need to like talk, you don't need to have a history with them or anything like that. You can actually connect on a really deep level
Mm.
just by playing together, and you can discover things about a stranger that um, yeah, it's weird, but you can get like very close to somebody that way,
Mm.
just through playing.
I remember when we learned it to help out with the filming of the course. So, and Kaoly, you remember we came straight from HERbeat, and the next day it was to shoot Ichi, and here comes Shoji tapping me on the shoulder, like, "Hey, play the sun phrase, go! Now play the moon phrase, go!" So I learned a lot about Shoji that day. That's for sure. Trying to eat. But
That-
yes,
yeah.
very great piece, and I'm very excited for Nagawan to learn this piece for sure. For those reasons that you said, and so Ichi is a piece for everyone to play. Is that correct? So they can play it with each other, and they can rearrange it, or is it a
Yes.
one structure or many structure?
Many structures. And this time I shared a very simple short version. So next time I want to share you the full version, and also you can arrange this 101 piece, your structure. You can make your structure.
Ooh,
It's very nice.
No.
Ooh.
Yeah, this will make a lot more sense for people when they actually start getting into the course. But it is very true. Like it's all based on these like two different sort of people. It could be groups or individuals or phrases that are going back and forth. So it does lend itself to like once you understand that sort of relationship between things, you automatically start generating a lot of ideas like, oh, we could do it like this, or oh, we could do it like this, or oh, I could do it like this, and then you do it like this. Yeah, there's lots of, those kind of, I think, arrangement ideas will come very naturally.
So, one more thing. I love this piece. The two part. Like this, sun phrase and moon phrase, like this, and sometimes two part play same phrase. And sometimes shoot. At that time, very good. So, and the play same phrase, and next time shoot. That is very good.
Yeah, that reminds me of the feeling of when we played it together and then finally got it correct. It felt so good. So I completely understand. That is a great feeling.
Only two days, Diana.
Yeah, you guys,
Practice.
That was awesome.
After HERbeat.
Yeah, I mean, Diana and Kaoly had just come off of a really super intense HERbeat concert, and we had all gone out to Minneapolis to watch it, and everybody was on a high. It was like so inspiring, that whole show. And then like come back, and then right away Diana has to learn a bunch of new stuff for them.
Yeah.
So it was really, you guys both did a really amazing job. And I mean,
Yeah.
it was easy for I and I because we just watched the whole thing. And we're like all inspired, and we're like, oh, and like so we were like, okay, oh, I can't wait to do this, But for the two of you, you guys had you had already gone through this super deep collaboration, and it was just coming right off of that. So yeah.
And you were all already in my house when I came home from the airport. So it was just like, boom, let's go, learn another beat. You got this. But actually, so I mean, with the mention of HERbeat, I thought it was a really great story, Kaoly, to hear about. Like, you're this amazing taiko player. A lot of people know you, and you've made you're in Europe. You're just like this giant superstar. But recently, you are now, starting, with the kaDON retreat and HERbeat, you're back in the States, and wanted to hear your connection with the United States, with North America. Why was it so important to come back to North America and introducing your style?
I
don't know, I'm like leaning in, like I'm listening.
Last year at Paul, I went to the kaDON retreat. That was the 20年ぶりってなんていうの?
First time in 20 years that she came back to the US when she joined for the kaDON retreat last fall.
Yeah, 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Too long.
At 2000, I went to the US with the GOCOO tour. That was the journey with Dennis Banks. He is the leader of Native Americans, and we met him at Tokyo, and he one Earth Day event, and GOCOO played at that stage, and after we played, we go back to the backstage. The Dennis Banks, uh, like this, and I, a very big person.
Mm.
So, he's hungry, and but no, he told us, Goku, let's go to the US with me. Let's start journey with me, and uh, we went to the US uh, with him at that to 2000, and about 3 weeks uh, from San Francisco to Santa Fe with the journey with him, and we prayed at the reservations, the Native Americans, and also they prayed for us, and 3 weeks, very uh, important journey for me, and I think my uh, one of my route was is uh, in that journey. The Danish banks uh, taught us uh, our role uh, in my life. So, um, but theなんだっけ目的地ってなんて言うんだっけ
Destination.
So our destination was the Minnesota because Dennis Banks' house is the Minnesota. But at that time, we couldn't we couldn't reach the Minnesota because 3 weeks we could arrive Santa Fe, but we don't have any time and any money, so we stopped our journey at Santa Fe, and let's continue this journey again, and we go back. We went back to Japan, but uh, 20 years uh, I couldn't go back to the US. And 3 years ago, Dennis Banks passed away. So at that time, uh, I I felt, oh, I couldn't uh, make
Keep the promise.
just yes, and the promise with him. But after that, your kaDON team invite me to the retreat at the US, and also uh, you asked me, uh, please share your philosophy, not just teach your piece or not just your style or technique, but please share your philosophy. I was very happy because uh, in the US, the journey with Vince Banks is the root of my philosophy. So after 20 years, uh, I I could come back to the US to share my philosophy, and the people who came to the retreat, uh, so great, so amazing, and they uh, なんていうの accept,
Mm.
they understand uh, what I want to share. Mm. Just 4 days, a very short time, but they really 受け取ってくれた。うん。
The participants all came with a very, very open mind. So they all kind of just absorbed what she wanted to share and
So,
accepted everything.
and that was like a plant sow the seed to the ground. I felt so I could sow the seed at the time. So I decide I will come back again and again, and the seed grown up, and the big tree, and uh, the seed again and again. So I want to continue uh, to plant the seed and grown up at the US as we do.
Yay! And did you know, Kaori, right now there's a lot of kaDON retreat participants listening in the podcast right now. Podcast? Is this what is it? Live stream? Also, we have do you remember Trudy, the retreat center?
I know, I just saw that. That's awesome.
She's listening in too. So
that's awesome. Hi, Trudy.
Hi,
Thanks.
Trudy.
Thanks for a great facility.
Yeah, I mean that was just like the perfect setting for Kaori's philosophy. I mean, just all that, just to be away from everything else, right? You're just in nature with people who love taiko, who are very open-hearted. I mean, I haven't seen so many tears.
I mean, there were so many. There were so many magical moments. Yeah.
Yeah, all the tears are bottled up in here, guys. Saving it for the next reach. That was really creepy. Sorry. Anyway, but Shodi, do you want to add on to that about
I just
the kaDON
was going
retreat?
I want to make a little note for us for the video notes to do a little link to Dennis Banks, because Kaoly spoke a lot about him, and I know there's people from Europe and from all around the world that are going to be watching this, and they might not know who he is. So we'll give you a few links to learn about him. But he was a very influential Native American activist and civil rights leader, and somebody who was also very supportive of taiko, and he had a long relationship with Seiichi Tanaka, the San Francisco Taiko Dojo, and he would MC the International Taiko Festival there for many, many, many years. So he has, he was a very huge influence, especially for Native American movement and Native American rights and all that kind of stuff. And he also was very involved in the taiko world. So just a little, just remember to do that.
Jason put a link in.
Okay, great.
Oh, and in case anyone didn't know, Jason's man in the chat today. Very proud of him.
Thanks, Jason.
Very well, too.
Yeah. And then the retreat was just, it was something like we've wanted to bring Kaoly to the United States for a long time. And it was just like, there were so many things like this Dennis Banks story, and just so many things that just kind of clicked into place to make that a really, really special event. And we are very committed to bringing Kaoly back, and we're going to make that happen. We were going to bring her back this coming fall and do a whole tour with her, and there were so many groups that were interested in bringing her for workshops and that kind of thing. We were going to do all of that and bring her back, but unfortunately, because of the COVID situation, we're going to have to not cancel it. We're just postponing it because it will happen. This is it will happen.
Totally. So we're at the we only have 15 minutes left, but we have a lot of things to still want to talk about and a couple of questions. Well, let's transition real quick because I think it's always fascinating. Kaoly, do you want to say a few things about your experience with HERbeat to play with all those women taiko artists from all over the world? I know you and I have talked, but I'm sure people would love to hear. What was that like for you to play?
HERbeat. The very long time I play taiko, but I'm not in the Japanese taiko world. So I live in Japan, but I don't know many taiko players. So at HERbeat, I can meet many taiko players and work with taiko players. That was very exciting experience for me. And a very long time, I felt I'm outsider. I cannot come in the connection of taiko players, but for example, European Taiko Conference and also retreat and also HERbeat. Now I can feel the many taiko players I can connect. That it's very good thing.
Yeah.
And of course, at HERbeat, 18 female taiko players. Each one has a different style, but every style is very beautiful and very exciting and なんていうんだろう、魅力的
attractive?
Did you say? Did somebody say attractive?
So the style is it's okay. The many styles, but everyone has the same feeling and respect each other and this is the Japanese drum style, but no, but now the very I feel start to free. The style is okay, but maybe every taiko player has same. What is important for us to play taiko? The same feeling and expression. And how to expression is your style, my style. It's okay, and I feel at the HERbeat, yes, and also then everyone has different style, but can connect and make one concert together. That was very important experience for me.
Yeah, one of my favorite moments, Kaoly, and Shoji and Aya, you guys were at the concert, so you probably remember this. But when the HERbeat concert opened, in the very first intro piece, the very first taiko hit was Kaoly, which I think is just so awesome, right? Like it's just that I was so proud just knowing your story and then to see you, walk out and just be like, boom. It was and then I had to pay attention because I had to make sure I came out at the right times. 1, 2, 3. Okay, my turn. But very, very, very proud of you, Kaoly, and I was very honored to be a part of that with you.
That was so amazing. It was really an amazing concert.
I want to experience that concert again.
Again.
I know.
Yes.
Hint,
Yeah.
hint.
It's coming. It's coming.
It's
There's a documentary. There's a movie coming. Yes.
Maybe Kaoly and I can just reenact it for you. Just let us know. We're ready. So we actually had a couple of questions coming in, just since we're kind of nearing toward the end. But let's see. So Will, if you met at the kaDON retreat, he asked, which is your favorite taiko drum to play?
Ooh.
And if you could have only one taiko, which one?
どの太鼓が、
楽器、太鼓の中でどれがもう一個だけやるとしたらどの太鼓を使いますか、ね？
Number taiko.
No, Diana. No.
Please. Kaoly, what is your favorite taiko?
When I played at GOCOO, every time everyone used the same drum, my own set. So especially I love my Kaoly Taiko Nishaku Gosun, the big one, and also I love I have one very, very old Nishaku Gosun Kaoly Taiko, and when I watch the 川の裏側見たの。
The backside of the skin. When she's looking at it.
That skin made at 1960.
Oh, okay. So one of her favorite drums, when you look at the back side of the skin, I guess it has a writing of what year that was made, and that's in 1960s. So wow, and that's her 2.5 shaku okedo drum.
It's so
big.
Boroってなんていうの?
It's very worn out. That.
But the sound is so deep. And when I started GOCOO, I started to use that Okedo Taiko. So that taiko taught me many things. その二尺五寸が私をすごく育ててくれたと思ってる。
Okay. So she feels as if that 2.5 shaku okedo has kind of nurtured her and helped her grow.
Yeah.
That taiko is my teacher.
Yeah.
My master.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's really deep. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Ooh. And then our next question is from Kumi-san. She says, Kumi-san, she says, is Kaoly and her team doing any group Zoom taiko session right now? Or are they doing any group learning session with or without playing taiko during this time?
Zoom session?
今のそのコロナでステイホームですけど、かおりさんまたGOCOOでズームセッションなんかを配信してますか？太鼓を使わなくてもいいんですけれども、何か
GOCOOではやってないね。
なんか Nothing as GOCOO at this moment.
そう、なんかI think that how to sing is very important to play taiko. 口唱が。So maybe my 口唱が is very 独特
Unique?
Unique.
Very unique, yes.
But maybe my style and my sound come from that unique Kuchishoga style.
Mm-hmm.
So
weren't we just talking about this?
Yeah, we gotta do this.
We have to do
This
this.
is great. We definitely gotta do this. This would be awesome. Yeah, we'll work on that. We'll work on something like that. That'll be great.
Yeah,
も
we'll
しか
work
し
on
たら、
something.
ちょうどカドンでその話してたんです。つい
あー
2日ぐらい前に。
おー Okay, the GOCOO piece, every GOCOO member just Kuchishoga and the Zoom session. Maybe that very interesting.
Yeah.
I will,
like that.
I will
like it
try.
too. Yeah.
I'm going to try that with Naruan. Haha, that's a good one.
Okay.
Awesome. And then to sort of wrap everything up, someone had a really good question, and that is, when did you and Yoshi Miyamoto meet? And that's gonna be that's the. I'm ready.
I think he's watching too. Yay! よしひこさんとの出会いは
ああ、よしひこさんとの出会い。I told about my journey in 2000 with Dennis Banks, and the first day we arrived the US, and we went to Berkeley because Dennis Banks, let's go to Berkeley, and we went to the concert of San Francisco Taiko Dojo, and that they hold their big concert at Berkeley, and Dennis Banks bring us to that hall, and okay, Tanaka Sensei, please then play GOCOO on this stage. he asked.
Wow.
And
awesome.
and Tanaka Sensei, okay. And we played the Zeraback Hall, but I didn't know なんていうのかな、私たちはその突然行って出してもらったなんて思ってなかったの。決まってたと思うんですよ。
Okay. So GOCOO thought that they were part of the program, but for Tanaka Sensei, it was like not planned at all, and Dennis Banks had asked him right then and there to have GOCOO go on stage and play at their concert.
Yeah.
But we played about 15 or 20 minutes, the 2 or 3 piece, and after we played, the audience, so then that was the first time for us to play not in Japan, overseas, and we very and we cried on the stage, and at that time the Yoshi was in the
Audience.
In the audience, so because he went to the England university, and he finished his the student life and the university, and he go back to the Japan, and then he came to Berkeley and to Japan. So the Yoshi was there. So
wait, how old was he there? How old was Yoshi?
Maybe 22 or
wow.
and he So he was surprised. Oh, Japanese drum players. So, but after that, we talked a little bit at at uh, at the back hall, and I didn't know he is the the son, the Miyamoto Unosuke Shoten.
Okay.
Because the, he was just not the president of Miyamoto Unosuke Shoten. He's just a student. So,
He was
but,
just a boy.
but さらに偶然だったのは、he, our house is very near.
What was more shocking was that they live very closely in Japan.
Very, very close. So after the journey of the US, I went back to Japan, and I met Yoshi and talked together. That was the first time for us to meet Yoshi.
Wow, that's really cool.
That's awesome.
So that was before Yoshi actually started. How do you say? Before he took over the business, right? The family business. Yeah.
Oh, so he was a little boy.
So after that, he started to work at Miyamoto Unosuke Shoten, and his first customer is me.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I heard this.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the start of many great customers. That's amazing.
Kaoly calls him Yoshi. So that's
what do you call him?
Yoshi.
What do I call him? Yoshi.
Yeah, don't we call him Yoshi?
No. She calls him Yoshi.
Yoshi.
It's different. It's not Yoshi. Yoshi.
I see.
Yeah.
We call him Yoshi.
It's like, hey, Yosh. Oh, interesting. Well, I figured, 1 hour is just not enough time.
I know.
Oh.
We may have to do a part 2 one day.
Yeah.
For sure.
Shoji, if you wanted
to
to.
got this all working out.
Yeah. Well, by the way, Shoji, someone commented on your radio caster voice.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a new microphone. That's part of
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Very good voice.
Very relaxing.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is probably where we need to wrap it up here for this one. But yeah, we'll do this again now that we have figured things out, and now that we know how we can technically do this from the, anyway, we'll do this again. There were oh man, I have so much to think about and say, but we're gonna stop it there, and we will. We'll be back. We'll be back in probably a couple of weeks, and we will definitely bring Kaoly back as well, either for a live stream or maybe a Kuchishoka thing or something like that. Yeah, it will happen in the future. So, thank you everybody for tuning in and taking part in this live stream, and yeah, that's it.
Check
okay.
out. Wano Ichi comes up.
Wano Ichi.
Okay. Okay. I gotta hit the next.
Stay safe, everyone.
See you at